Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, we have a very, very, very special guest today. Payton Martin, flame-throwing right-handed pitcher in the Dodgers organization, joins Dodgers Daily. So Payton, hey, as I bring you in, I'm going to put you on the spot right away. What was the highest velo that you recorded this year?
Pretty sure I got 98. That was my top this year.
98. Okay, that's good because, hey, if you go to Dodgers Daily social media, just search Payton Martin and you will see that I think I listed on that post that you hit that 98 that day, that you hit 97 and then confirmed it later that you hit 98. So, hey, let's dive right into this. Okay, obviously you got drafted in the 17th round. I have no earthly idea how you lasted that long to the 17th round. I'm just telling you guys, this young man is going to be a rock star with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He is absolutely awesome. He is Mr. Electric on the mound. So now that you've gone through it, we're going to get into it. You had to shut it down in July due to some injury type stuff. But now that you've gone through at least half of a season professionally, what things did you go into thinking, hey, I'm good enough to be a professional with? What things did you confirm that, yes, I am good enough?
I'd say my mental state on the mound. The confidence has always been there. But the beginning of the season, I had a real bad issue of calling my own pitches. I sucked. I honestly was the worst. It was bad. But I think the confidence actually kind of overlooked that and helped me out because every time I was going on the mound, I was like, yeah, I'm better than this guy. I'm about to attack him, go after him. And that kind of helped me out. But I think this next upcoming year, I think it'll be a lot better.
Okay, so some of the things this year, you got to California, you got started. What were the things that you were most excited about when you got started? Obviously, you got off to just a smoking hot start. 2 out of your first 3 months, you had an ERA less than 1. So what were some of the things that you were excited about starting your first professional season?
I don't know. I feel like that professional vibe, you have fans in high school. Obviously, I don't care about how many people are there and stuff, but that adrenaline you get is unreal. So when I'm on the mound, it feels like my heart's in my throat and I can pitch a lot better, and that's where the velo comes in too. So
yeah. So in high school you got to score a walk-off. I believe it was a pass ball that you scored on for a walk-off to give your team a victory. So that was obviously an incredible amount of adrenaline. Did you have any moment like that, just one particular moment where you just kind of felt like it was an adrenaline rush that was super fun?
So my family came down. It was my mom, dad, girlfriend, and my sister, I think. Yeah, came down for my debut. And
oh, wow. Really cool.
My actual first pitch was a wild pitch, and it went over the catcher. I think Galise was catching, and there was no chance of him catching. It was 96 over Drew Jones. And I was like, oh, dang, I got to settle down here. But, yeah, the rush was real right there.
Were there any nerves? Of course, you've been in huge moments in high school, but you went straight from high school to professional ball. Were there any nerves?
There were – oh, man, I'd say until game 2. I mean, that whole Visalia game, my debut, that was a big nerve game. And that's the first time in my life where I've been nervous and scared. Well, not scared, but everything was tingling and stuff. And then after I got out of the 3rd inning and they took me out, I was like, oh, well, we're good to go now. And the second game came and I was good to go. So
the confidence, you can see the confidence come through in this interview. Payton Martin, hey, it's that fine line of just having a totally confident but yet humble persona to you. How in the world, who developed that into you? You just absolutely mastered that part of it. So where did all that come from and how did it develop?
I'm just going to have to say my mom. Yeah, she kind of just taught me all that, how to keep my composure and stuff. There's always been people that, doubt and run their mouth and stuff. But as long as you're doing good, that's the only backup you need.
You got off to a great start. I mentioned it. ERA in April, 0.77. Your ERA in June was fantastic. You were having a good July, and you had 8 strikeouts and just 1 walk in 7 innings. Then you get put on the development list. A lot of times it's a smaller injury type deal. I know you're supposed to come back and forth, but talk about that process.
July was probably my worst month because that last game I pitched through the injury or whatever. And but it was my first time being actually, I don't know how to say it, actually put on the developmental list.
Yeah.
And something like going on. But it didn't take long, and then I was good to go. They sent me to Arizona, and I did my rehab there and all my PT, and everything was good to go, and I'm just ready for next season now.
Take us through what your pitch mix looks like right now.
Well, right now it's just a fastball. And then my slider got up to 91.
Wow.
And that came out of nowhere because I went to the Dodgers throwing like 83 as a slider. I was like, oh, that was crazy.
Wow.
But they actually they helped me with my changeup. And before I came home, I threw one changeup in rehab, and it looked pretty nasty. So that gave me a little confidence for next year.
Fantastic. So changeup, slider, fastball, that's what you're going with?
Yeah, there's always the curveball, but I guess we'll see how that lands on the progression with that.
Talk of a cutter, any?
No?
Okay, good. So take us through what your off-season routine looks like.
So they have my little game plan or whatever, or my off-season conduct thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up and I'm like I'm a big omelet maker now, big eggs and turkey and stuff. So I'll get that situated. Like a basic day, I'd get up, work out. I'm building my own facility down the road. It's called Payton Martin Performance.
Nice.
I'll be able to work out there, but I work out at two spots, RCR, and then there's Triangle Fitness that I'll go to, and then I'll throw. I mean, I got like the wood boards I do my plyos on, and then I do my bands and stuff. And then I'll lightly toss with either friends. And then when I get to moderate, I mean, sometimes my mom will throw with me, which is kind of nice.
Oh, wow.
And then besides that, like today, I'm going tonight with my girlfriend to go see Theo Vaughn, one of his shows.
Wow. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Ever go back to the high school and see all the boys and maybe throw a bullpen or two?
Yeah. Not so much the guys that are there right now. I have one guy I'll throw with every once in a while, but most of my friends are in college now. So like Lucas Manning, I'll probably throw some with him. Reed Withers, we'll throw together. And then Jack Vest is the one in high school right now. I'll just go and toss with him whenever.
Yeah. So, hey, mention, you had the walk-off, the wild pitch that you actually scored on. The helmet went flying, all that. It was an awesome moment. So take us, mention high school there in Clemens, North Carolina. What was your number one memory coming out of that?
Oh, number one memory?
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about it, this might seem crazy, but it's when we lost in the state playoffs. That was probably my best memory because I got to see like all the true emotions of my friends and how we all felt about each other. And that was like our last time playing on the field together. So I'd say that was probably one of my best memories in high school.
So talk about, the culture of the Dodgers and getting brought into this organization and the types of stuff that they have done to help you.
Well, the Dodgers are just unreal, to be honest. The developmental is just like that state is insane. Like you can take the worst player ever and send them to the Dodgers and they'll become like Babe Ruth. But it's been nice. I mean, they've told me everything I've done wrong whenever I'm doing it, and they're not afraid to tell you nothing. Even though it's a chill environment, it's still like they'll tell you what you're doing wrong right on the spot. And they're always straight up with me, which I like. Like if I'm sucking, I want you to tell me that I'm sucking. But I mean, they tell me what I need to do to get better, and I do it, and then we're good to go,
What's the number one thing you were most excited about last year?
Last year? I'd say getting to know all the guys, especially the Latin guys. Like, in Instructs last year, like when I got drafted, I wasn't like I talk a lot. I'm a big talker at the complex, but I didn't really get to know all the Latin guys. I guess I was like kind of nervous, but then I got there and like got involved in their culture and stuff, and it's unlike anything. It's pretty nice.
So talk about that Rancho team. You guys made it to, of course, you're on the development list at the time, but you guys made it all the way to the finals, and so that was a really cool and you had some elite catchers, Simon Reed and Tyrone Lorenzo and Jesus Calise, Jorge Puerta. So talk about that team. That's a pretty awesome team, wasn't it? Oh,
yeah, especially that Pete Quakes when we went on that like 15-game win streak. That was nice. With Chris Newell, and
that dude's unreal, isn't he?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, he has some serious power and a lot of wheels, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it's like he's not even trying.
Yeah, You ever have to throw batting practice to him like in spring training or anything?
Yeah, we did live ABs.
He hit a bomb off of you?
No. That's the flex I have against him.
Oh, you got a little smack talk going with him?
Oh no, actually, yeah, all the time. Him, it was me, him, Nevin, and Rubeck was like, and Sean McClain, all the time smack talk, 24/7.
Hey, I tell people all the time, Sean McClain's going to turn your heads. You ever watch that dude field some ground balls at shortstop? I know you were a middle infielder, so I'm sure whenever you see all of your teammates take ground balls, first of all, you're probably jealous that they get to do it still. Yeah. But, man, that dude can field, can he?
Yeah, so we were in Lake Elsinore, and I think it was actually when I was going – oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
And he was actually injured too, I think. I think he wasn't playing. And we were in the outfield. He's like, "Oh, I heard you played shortstop." I was like, "Oh yeah, well let's go to the outfield and field some ground balls." And we're talking over some stuff, how he did some things, and I feel like I impressed him a little bit. Hopefully.
Oh, nice. Hey, by the way, though, and I know you are a studious young man for the game of baseball, but you will not outstudy Sean McClain. There is nobody his age that knows more about the game of baseball.
No, it's unreal, and especially because like his brothers are just good too. So it's like that whole family is just insane at baseball.
Yep. So talk about some of the conversations you guys have had just talking about the game and how that's helped you.
Well, one of the things is it's like the thing that is honestly amazing is when like the older guys will come out that have played for the Dodgers in the past, like Honeycutt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Were you there when Joe Kelly came?
No, I left before, and I was there when Julio was there. He pitched right before me. I closed that game, which was nice. But when the older guys talk about past experiences and just things they've went through, it's quite the talk.
Talk to Peter Hubeck about this. He's kind of in your same boat, just trying to hold on weight. You know, his goal was maybe to sit at 190 early in his career, maybe get above that. So if you had a target weight that you could sit at and stay constant with, what would that be?
That's actually my target weight too, is 190. That's what all my trainers are talking about, which I'm hoping I can hit it before next season. I'm trying to eat myself to death right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Lots of In-N-Out burgers, lots of ChickfilA, I assume, back there in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, especially when I'm with my girlfriend.
Good thing you're a professional baseball player because it's about $15 every time you go to Chick-fil-A.
It's unreal. It's crazy.
Okay, so the pitchers that you got to pitch with, man, the crop of arms, of course, Jared Karros was down there for a while. Peter Hubeck was down there for a while. Chris Campos. And then, you know, just all the arms that you had on that team of just, they're insane, especially. Hey, Ronaldo Ying, did you ever get to see him throw live?
Yeah, a lot, actually. He came in, I saw him pitch like 4 or 5 times, I think.
Yeah, he has an incredible fastball. It's like the ball just explodes out of his hand. Yeah. So I know how competitive you are, Payton. So just looking at the incredible elite talent, arm talent around you, how did that help? I mean, that had to have motivated you to want to raise your game too, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was nice because, I mean, obviously, don't try to compete with any of my teammates or nothing. Like, I'm always looking at the other team like, oh, we're going to be better than them. Because whenever, like, I always imagine, like, me and all my boys walking in, like, yeah, we're better than them, like 100%. But, like, Karros, I'll take something specific out of certain guys. Like, Peter Hubeck is vertical on his fastball. I didn't know what a vertical was on a fastball until I got to the Dodgers. And he kind of
explain it for people out there.
Just like out of the hand, how much the ball goes up, down, horizontal. There's, like, certain numbers. I don't know fully the numbers that are like what would mean it's good or great. Yeah. But he kind of walked me through it and stuff. And yeah, that's what I want from him. And then Jared Karros' off-speed, his curveball is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Especially coming out of a 6'6" body. I mean, it's like it's dropping out of the sky.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then Campos, something I took from Campos was using the whole body. Like, there's not a muscle in his body that doesn't get used when he's throwing a fastball. It's crazy. But and then just like control, like Maddox Bruns, his control was unreal this year. Like watching him pitch, and then at the beginning of the year, it wasn't like I'm competing with this guy. It was like let's see how long we can go with a 0 ERA. You know, in the beginning of the season, it was me and him, and I was just like, yeah, because I pitched right after him, I think, or a couple games after. Me, him, and Hubeck. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to try to keep this on the roll with a 0.
You know, Campos was a shortstop at St. Mary's.
Yeah. We had a little competition at the beginning of Instructs last
I got to know all about it.
Yeah, we would talk about going to field and ground balls, and Karras would instigate it too. He's like, oh, I wonder actually last as a shortstop here. I was like, and I looked up some of Campos's highlights. Don't tell him, but looked up some of his highlights, and he was really good.
Pretty solid. So who won the competitions? Can you say?
I'd say it's unfinished right now.
Oh, you got unfinished business for spring training, huh?
Yeah, we said, dang, what did we say?
Now, is this supported by the organization, or do we need to keep this hush?
Oh, no, this is low-key.
This is low-key, okay.
Hey, whenever we figure out who wins, then we could talk about it.
Okay. So, Payton, hey, you ready to get to some fun questions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, question number 1. I mentioned this earlier. I know you're a ChickfilA, but what was your go-to fast food joint in California that they didn't have back home?
Okay, surprisingly, Chipotle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't eat Chipotle.
Like, do you go with the bowl or do you go with the burrito? What do you do here?
I go with the bowl.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the way you don't weigh very much because you go with all the healthy stuff, right?
It's unfortunate.
You got to get the burrito with the 200 calories worth of the,
Me and my girlfriend actually go to Mos Grill, and we get the burrito there. So,
I can see that being like really big.
Yeah, we have to split it, honestly. It's
like are we talking shredded beef, turkey, chicken? What are we getting in here?
I say it depends on the day. If it's warm outside, I get the ground beef.
Nice. Oh, ground beef. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're my kind of guy. I can tell you right now. I'll bet there's a big old. There's probably a smoker and a grill about 30 feet from where you're sitting right now. So
yeah, there's a grill outside, and my mom owns a restaurant too. So, and it's a smokehouse, so that's a plus. Yeah,
see, there you go. There's your smoker. I told you there was going to be a grill. I know all about guys like Payton Martin. They're my kind of dudes right here. I knew all about. That was absolutely go-to. Okay, number 2. If you could have one superpower, which some might say that being as young as you're, what are you, 20 years old now? 19 still. Wow. Okay. Some might say being able to hit 98 miles an hour at 19 years old is a superpower with the kind of personality you have. But if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I'd say super strength.
Super strength.
Yeah, because then I can throw like 300. So that'd be nice.
Yeah, no doubt. So, there's a lot of time sitting around in the clubhouse. You play cards. Nowadays, you probably play video games. Sometimes there's a ping pong table. Occasionally, at a really nice facility, you might get a pool table, right? And that's always really fun. So, okay, if an arm wrestling contest broke out for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, who wins?
Levon Reynoso.
Oh, Levon. I love that dude. It's like when the ball comes out of his hands, it looks like he's throwing 500 miles an hour.
Yeah, and try bumping into him in the dugout. That's the worst. Like, my ego was just – it was bad. He came in after he just struck out the side, I think. And I don't even think he knows he did it. He accidentally was walking, and he just bumped into me. And I went flying, like, right into the bench. But
so if you ever get in a bench clearing situation, you're going to be right behind him, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, fantastic. So Levon Reynoso would win an arm wrestling contest. Okay, what is your coolest it doesn't have to be high school. We mentioned your high school earlier, but your coolest sports memory that you can think of, practice, game, doesn't matter how old you were.
Coolest sports memory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Dodgers one since all the other ones I always bring up the past. So I'd say Lau came.
Sauron.
Yeah, he closed a game for us.
He was transitioning from a third baseman to being a pitcher when you saw him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So he came in. He just got to Rancho, and we were in Lake Elsinore actually, and it was bases loaded with like no outs, and we're up by 1 run. He comes in. I think it was a pop up, or he might have struck out the side, but he comes in screaming, and to see like everybody excited and everybody hyping him up, that's probably one of the top moments for me is seeing all my guys happy.
You ever stood behind one of his pitches?
No, No.
Dude, his ball moves. Like he could literally just get outs and throw one pitch because his ball moves. It's insane how much his ball moves.
Yeah. Which I watch they have the iPad in the dugout sometimes, like all the metrics and stuff, so we can how it moves. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Did you like where yours were at?
I really don't look at my numbers.
Okay, good.
Much as everybody else would. I still just look at like velo, like how hard was that? I mean, on a slider, I'll see how far it moves this way, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay, so if you could perform with one musician on stage, who would it be and why?
Musician?
Mm-hmm. Or if you could invite one musician to come and maybe be in the dugout for one night, who would it be and why?
One musician. I'm gonna have to say Drake.
Oh, that's the second person who said Drake. He must be popular.
Yeah, if he
I need to get me to know some Drake if I'm going to be a guy that's talking to you guys, all right?
Yeah, he needs to give me some lyrics. I'll start rapping on stage with him or something.
So, if you get on stage with Drake, are you going to sing his stuff? Are you going to perform his stuff? Or are you going to make some stuff up for him?
If he gives me a month's notice, I can make my own stuff.
Okay, fantastic. Do you play any instruments?
No.
Okay. But you would if you knew you were going to go on stage with Drake, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Who is the most famous person that you could text right now and they would respond?
Oh. I'm going to have to say Scott Boras.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a cool answer. And I guarantee you I'll never get that answer ever. Leave it up to Payton Martin to say freaking Scott Boras.
Oh, man.
It's absolutely awesome, man. How often do you talk to him?
Not a lot, honestly. I switched to his agency just recently, and I was just throw it out there, make him happy or something.
That's awesome. Okay, Payton, there has been a million different people. I know your mother is very important to you. So first of all, let me back up. Okay, I know you are super, super close with a lot of people, but especially your mother. You give her credit for almost everything in your life. So, hey, being in North Carolina, all the way across the world, you said she was there for your debut and your girlfriend as well. That was cool. But having said that, how did she make it with Payton being so far away for such a long time?
Shoot. I got no idea, honestly. That's a tough question. But her and my girlfriend saw each other a lot when I was gone, so I guess that helped out. I mean, talking about me or something. I don't know. Honestly, that's a good question. But I guess calling every day. Yeah. Like I call both of them before my starts.
Really?
Yeah, every single start. I'd go out into like the open section or whatever, call them both, tell them about to go out and stuff. Which, fun fact, I'll talk about it later. But yeah.
That is very cool, very cool. So there's been a million different people that have helped a guy like you develop the type of personality that you can see right here with Payton Martin. The type of wonderful young man you become, plus all the incredible talent that you have with that thunderbolt for a right arm. So, hey, this is your chance to thank whoever it is that you want to thank.
Oh, man. Literally everybody.
Yeah.
My family. Girlfriend, my sister Sky. I didn't mention her on our last interview, and she got kind of mad at me. So shout out to her. She's the bomb. All my pitching coaches, unreal. Jonah,
that's your agent, the one that sat down at Sonic and talked to you for like 3.5 hours, right?
Yep. At the Sonic, it was nice. He's amazing. He came and ate with me not long ago, and we talked. And then my pitching coach from high school, Zach Soltar, the man. My head coach, Bullard, he's amazing. All the coaches there are great. All my friends and stuff, especially in the Dodgers organization. And Coin, my main pitching coach, Coin and Tronky. So they always take up for me. So fun fact is, before I pitch, I don't get dressed until like 15 minutes before the game.
Like you're in shorts?
Yeah, I'm in street clothes.
Tank top, something like that?
Yeah, in street clothes until 15 minutes before. And
so like your band work, your heavy ball work, your bullpens, I mean, is this all done in street clothes?
No, I'll go out in the uniform and stuff and get situated. But I'll go out like 15 minutes before my bullpen and then get situated.
Okay.
Just because I feel like as free as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
As chill. But so Coin told me one time, he called me in. He's like, yo, some of the higher up guys, came in here, and it was like 10, 15 minutes before the game, and they were like, "Oh, dude, why are you still in street clothes? Why is Payton in street clothes?" And he said, "Just trust it. Just trust it." And that was when I pitched against Stockton, and I went, well, no runs, like 1 hit, and I was like, yes. Thank God that was a good game.
Hey, again, the Dodgers want Payton Martin to be Payton Martin, even if they kind of go, what in the world are we doing here, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That is awesome. Hey, by the way, I need to get Coyne on for an interview. I have not talked to him yet, so you might put a good word in for me on that one because I'd like to get him on and talk about that. Okay, one last question from me. Okay, you got to be around Shoemaker, the legendary coach there for a manager, I should say, for Rancho Cucamonga. So first of all, talk about him, what he's meant to you.
He was like family to me when I was there because like any issues I had, he was always there to help me, back me up. If I had a bad game, he's always there to tap me on the knee, tell me I was okay. Or if I had a good game, he was always there to praise me. But he's like really easy to talk to. And after every game, like if we lose, yeah, it sucks, whatever. But when we win, it's unreal. There was a video of him when they won against Inland in the playoffs. Oh man, you have to go look it up. It's crazy. But he's an idol to most guys. His personality and the way he coaches everything is very nice.
Fantastic. And have you ever seen him out of uniform?
No. No.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Maybe like on a road trip, but that's about it. Like a day we're not playing on a road trip. But besides that, always in uniform.
Did you have time to go to Disneyland?
No. They did that All-Star break, and I came home All-Star break to see my family. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm sure Simon led you guys around. Simon Reed, a catcher. He's from Southern California. I'm sure he was your go-to tour guide.
No. I kind of spent most of my time with John Edwards.
Oh, Jonathan, yeah. Man, that dude has he has some good stuff, doesn't he?
He's like my best bud. God.
Have you ever asked him about his uncle?
No.
Ask him about his uncle. Tommy Smith, if you see it, 1967, he actually won a silver medal in the 1967 Olympics. Yeah. And you can see pictures of him on the podium. Ask him about it sometimes. It's pretty cool. Matter of fact, Jonathan actually in 6th grade wrote an essay on his uncle. And so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So if you're ever, I'm sure you will be, but ask him about his uncle sometime. It's a really, really cool story. Oh, yeah. He comes from some serious pedigree, and then Georgia Southern, their fantastic baseball program. So very cool that you guys hung out together. He is a very talented young man. So, hey, Payton, I've taken a lot of your time. I know you are extremely busy, so I really appreciate you. This is the second time you come into Dodgers Daily. So, hey, thank you so much, and best of luck.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.